The file. Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Pack. You sure you want to do this?
As we talked about probation, we talked about the
You
different
have no
choices they have.
convictions. You have no as far as I see, no convictions. Now, after today, you're going to end up with a conviction on your record. From now on, you're looking at 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up, you know?
Yeah, the choice is, you know, you can get the defer, you can get the probation that we talked about, but you decided to do the time.
When you plead guilty to something, it goes on your record and it stays there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. And it will affect you when you try to get a job, try to buy a house, try to get a car, a loan for something. I mean, you're old enough to know that.
No, I was lost when you was like 90 days at the.
No,
I was lost because.
No, what I'm saying, you pick up anything else in the future, from now on, it's a minimum of 90 days if you take this deal. Because they can enhance your punishment to a minimum of 90 days in the future.
You're not getting that as a time served deal. The judge
I'm
just
served
wants-
here, but what I'm saying is, you don't want to defer to try to keep it off? You just,
Sir, if you look at the computer, I've been in TDCJ before. It don't matter. It don't matter.
That's,
I'm just gonna
That's
be
not
honest
necessary.
with you. It don't
I
matter.
don't see, I only get access to Harris County because I can't get them to give me access to anything else anyway.
I
So,
understand, but I can tell you, and I
Okay.
at my time, I done did my lesson. So if time served, I don't have to go to jail. I don't have to look over my shoulder. That's fine with me. I walk a straight line. That just was unfortunate happened with my.
for resisting arrest, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. Like I said, this is gonna go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, that's it.
I understand.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense?
I plead guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll follow it. Good luck to you, Mr. Fenn.
give me
Take
1
care.
second, get you this piece of paper, go downstairs so you don't have to go court cost.
All right.
I'll be with you in just a second.
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Williams on your bond docket, Tavion is his first name. He came back to court today,
Brazier
Williams,
from yesterday.
yes, and he is
Okay.
present. Talked to Patrol Services, the labs did come back positive for THC. Yes, Judge.
Okay, come on up.
I think the offense date was March the 30th, sir, so a little more recent.
No more.
Sure.
I'm going to test you 50 days from today.
Sure.
If I find that you continue to use, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Sure.
Do you have a job?
No, not at the moment.
It's time. It's time for you to start working and being productive. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. That's what we don't want. I don't want you to pick up a 6th case or 7th case now within the next, that's it. I'm going to bring you back in 2.5 to 3 weeks and I want to see what you have done to get a job. If you've done nothing, you understand.
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
And he did let me know.
That would be great. That's great. But if you're taking 6 hours, you got to do something else as well. If you're taking a full load, then great. The more schooling you do, the more money you're going to make in this life. Knowledge is power, and with knowledge, you get money. That's what this life is about, not convictions. Do you understand?
So,
Good luck. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. All right.
house number?
Is this from Mr. Wiggins from yesterday?
No, this is Mr. Broussard, who's the fellow who's in the mental hospital, which reminds me.
I remember. Yeah.
Can we turn the lights off? There will be discussion of HIPAA-related information. I gotta look at it. You're welcome.
All right, you want to go through the list? Let's be done.
All right, Judge, bottom of page 13,
called and said his
I mean, it's a second time.
that's what I told him. I said, this is your second law. I'm not sure.
So he can pick another day this week.
Okay.
SFBF.
Next one is.
Really? So.
Oh, page 21, Wilkins.
Or I guess do SFBF Friday. Yeah. You said Wilkins?
Yes, but on page 21, you found.
Hey, what do you want to do with Wilkins?
Yeah, right now.
That's the theft from the bike or,
I just want to talk. We're not missing anything here. Because Judge, I agree with you. I just want to make sure that we're not missing something here.
Okay, I'll put it on for Florida 28.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
okay.
So Judge, we're waiting on James Sims. He has 3 cases open and that's it. We're done. Oh, did we get all our dismissals? What are they gonna do about the next one? Do y'all have all y'all's dismissals?
Which Sims cases are you talking about?
He has on page 17 and 18.
Okay, so Smith, we're doing that 1 week.
Yes, but I
Kabir.
did a date from him.
That's okay. Yeah, I get it. Who's
And then
next?
The other one is page 22, this is the AFM.
Okay, so you're just gonna get a reset?
Yep.
Okay, who's next?
The other one's in custody. Page 28, that one, you wanted a TRS done in custody, which was done. And recommendations.
Local court is local complaint, create struck down to community potential, high risk. Need of guidance with IUPS.
Possession or nothing.
So sober court.
Is her name Lola?
Loyola,
Lola?
a dismissal for Loyola.
I'm down with either. So whatever Mr. Sims wants to do. If we do sober court, though, he's gonna have to go do orientation first and then he does the plea. Am I right?
The probation officer can assist with that.
Hmm?
Would his probation officer assist with that?
When we do sober court on someone, because it's been a while, don't they go to orientation first and then we do it? Because they have to go through orientation and then agree. But the problem is he's in custody. So how do you do orientation?
I haven't done serve report. John, you know?
That's a lot of
Well,
water.
I think I did veterans court not that long ago, Your Honor, with the defendant, and they had to go through orientation. I think it's similar. They just go through orientation and then they take.
Not in custody though.
I have no idea.
I would assume that if he's pleading to get a serve report done, he would be getting out, right? It's
I
probation.
don't know. I guess look into it and look into it and see what the parameters are with sober court for someone who's in custody.
Because he wouldn't have bond, because bond would be done, and there would be nothing holding him unless he had some sort of warrant or hold.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he'd get out.
What, so if he pleads to probation, you inform them that he's waiting on in custody,
Yeah.
then it's still possible.
But I don't.
No, but he does orientation first for sober court, then he does the plea.
So he pleads here and then after orientation, we get the sober court, which court it goes to. Yeah, that's the way it goes. He'll plead and then we find out after orientation which court gets it.
Okay, then we'll do that.
And then later I have to do a transfer order, it's checking sober court.
Okay, so if he wants to do that, then let me know. We'll roll it to tomorrow because I gotta go to the meeting. And then we can do it tomorrow.
Is anyone there? Can you hear me?
Well, Okay, I just need you to know that the answer to the complaint has you listed as the defendant's
I
attorney.
was just providing technical assistance to minutes. This Berger, I just said in the email that I was assisting her in getting it filed, but I didn't appear on the case.
Okay. All right. What are we doing? Your name? Your name? All right. Where are we on this?
Your Honor, this Stoneberger did not pay her escrow. She was ordered to answer, I think she got her answer in nominally on time, but she did not pay her escrow.
Yes, I did. And I notified you, it was going to be given to me, but it was not. And so I do agree with that.
550 was paid on April 3rd, according to our records.
Order was for 1,100.
Yes. Where's the balance of that, ma'am?
Balance of 550. I was, to be honest, the other occupant and stuff was supposed to have given it, he did not, and I cannot come up with the money my own self. So I paid my time. I could deny it.
Yeah, they're in advice of the room, Your Honor. The other occupants unauthorized. So that's part of the reason. But the unit without permission of the landlord, and it's a violation of release.
The answer is late also, but this is a termination of tenancy case. Is that correct? Well, you haven't complied with the escrow order and the answer was late. I'm looking at it, deciding whether or not I should strike the answer. But in any event, plaintiff is entitled to an immediate trial on the issue of possession. So are you prepared and ready to go to trial, ma'am? Pardon? You are? Okay. You have your client here or? Okay. The basis for the termination?
Basic determination was damage caused by the unauthorized occupant, flooded the house, causing several $100 of damages. Would have been more if he had done a lot of work himself. But it caused a flood above him, which caused the ceiling to collapse. Well, actually, what she said is talk to the other guy, the unauthorized occupant, he's responsible for it. There's damage to the premises. Two unauthorized occupants living with her. She's in violation of release. Frankly, I don't think she's already admitted that the other occupant didn't pay his supposed debt escrow. So her own admissions are that she's got somebody else there that's in violation of release. I don't frankly think there's a threat.
And what's your position, Ms. Stoneman?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. We signed a lease back in October with Mr. Plummer, with Chad from CMH that paid the amount and a security deposit, which Mr. Kevin Salisbury is on that. When me and Kevin Salisbury had an argument, Your Honor, I went to my landlord and
The original one.
the original lease, and then we made up a new lease, which also he did not give permission to Mr. Kevin Salisbury that he was terminated. He never evicted Mr. Salisbury from the tenancy. He just ripped up the lease and had me do a new lease without consulting Mr. Kevin Salisbury about it. So that original lease should still take place, and I am also guilty with Mr.
Well, do I have a copy of that
Plummer. The first lease?
Yeah.
Yes, I sat there giving it back to Mr. Plummer, which he knew this. And,
Well, but do I have a copy of it?
I, no, I don't think so. Everyone. Because Mr. Shad said he didn't have enough accredited time from CMH that he does have a copy of the original lease with Kevin Salisbury on it, I'm on it. And there was a verbal, knowing that my 15-year-old daughter worked very hard for 3 years to get sole custody of her, and he knew this. And he said we didn't have to add her because she was a 15-year-old. And
What happened with the damage to the premise?
that, sir, he called me on my phone and I was at work.
He who?
Mr. Palmer called me. And he said there's water going upstairs. I said, well, I'm at work. Knowing that he's a landlord with a key, if he knew there was probable damage, sir, that the defective water was running, he has permission to go into my apartment with his key to go and check on that damage. Your Honor, I have never heard of this after that. Nothing. I've never seen a bill, never seen anything. I paid my security deposit, so if he had out of pocket expenses, sir, he should have used my security deposit.
She can't do that. So why'd you sign this other lease?
Out of anger. And I went back to Mr. Palmer and I told him there, and he had no problem. Maybe I should have talked to him in different circumstances, Your Honor. Because Mr. Palmer sometimes I will not say this, I will not retire car, but Your Honor, my thing is if he had damages, I wish he would have shown me proof. But he did have access to my apartment. No, he had a key to it.
I mean, you're not claiming that there aren't damages.
I don't know if there is, or he never gave no.
Who is it you say has this other lease?
I mean, Mr. Palmer. That's who I handed it to.
But you said somebody else has another copy?
Shad for CMH, yes, sir. And he didn't have an adequate enough time, and I've also.
What do you mean he didn't have adequate enough time?
When I went and talked to him about it, he said it's gonna take time to about everything, and he knew that I had court today. I put that in my written statement. I also stated that, I asked for, for him to give me proof. If he can give me proof that there was damages and that he could work on the floor, that it was flooded, he should have some kind of record of the cost of that. So if he did have that cost, he'd be able to take it out.
Is this other individual residing in the premises?
Yes, he is. And he is willing, I think he's gonna make his own motion with Mr. Palmer.
His own what?
He's gonna be taking Mr. Palmer himself to court. Late trying to whatever, because he still legally should be able to be there with the lease that his grandmother has, or whatever he's trying to find. And my daughter, she's 15 years old, Mr. Palmer. And I'm not saying this, but normally, I mean, my daddy always said handshake is better than. And I did trust Mr. Palmer's word, and he trusted mine, and I'm guilty of, some things myself. I'm not saying that.
Was there another lease, Mr. Friedman?
Not aware of that, Your Honor. The lease that's in place is the lease with her alone, one occupant, her. They had no other occupants are authorized.
I guess my question is a little bit more specific than that. What I hear the defendant indicating is that there was a lease that included two people. That somehow what she's basically claiming is that impermissibly that lease was terminated and this lease signed. Is that correct? Do you know?
Yes, it was.
Do I have a copy of that other lease?
It was destroyed. It was destroyed.
Yeah. Under what basis then was that lease terminated and this new one put in place?
When the man in question took her car and totaled it, I didn't see him. She said, I don't want him here. He's here, he's trespassing. is there any way we could rewrite something so he cannot be here? So I said, are you sure? I said, give me the only sole copy of that lease. And I destroyed it, I shredded it, person bothering her, and then he shows up right before the holiday and said, oh, he's my guest for the holidays. Starting before Christmas and continuing until today. I mean, still there. And then I'll 3 weeks ago.
All right, well, how long, that would not be a proper way, just on the face of it, to terminate the lease, the previous lease, and then enter into this next agreement
He had left.
and then seek to evict her for what may have been that prior agreement. I mean, there,
Well,
go ahead, Mr. Crittenden.
he left and
I don't,
and so saying, I don't want him around, he's destroying my car, he's left, I don't want him around, I want a new lease. So he does, you know.
but the question is how was his interest in the property as a tenant terminated? I mean, we get into a very strange world if leases can be terminated by somebody tearing up the lease.
So he did abandon the premises.
Do you agree with that, ma'am, that he abandoned?
He did leave because he was in the hospital, Your Honor. He did total my vehicle. He was in the hospital for a week. He definitely came back, and that's when Mr. Palmer called me about the water, Your Honor. During that time, he already knew Mr. Salisbury was staying for
Okay, so how long did this gentleman leave for?
about 5 days in the hospital, and I do have proof.
Well, okay, so hold on. You and this other gentleman are in some type of relationship, with that is the case. And so as I hear it, Mr. Palmer, something happens as a part of their relationship. She tells you, and then you tear up the other agreement and enter into this new agreement. Is that?
Yes, she said he was gone, she didn't want anything to do with him, doesn't want him there because he's trespassing. So to save her from, I don't know what kind of trouble, she said he's not coming back, she said, no, I don't want anything to do with him, I'm done. It's done. So I said, well.
Okay, so how many times have you heard that in a relationship?
I'm sorry, I just don't deal with it, I'm just wondering.
No, I'm just saying,
I
mean, on behalf, all parties, at some point, will tell anybody else, I don't want somebody there. I mean.
He was physically gone, he'd taken her car, he totaled her car, he was in the hospital for 5 days. The day he came back was the day she left, I guess. And when he turned the shower on, I don't know, it was running for an hour at least. I'm banging on the door, banging on the ceiling. I knew somebody was in there, so I didn't want to go just walking in there. As she said that I had keys to enter the property.
Which you do.
Yes, but I didn't want to just go walking in there. I'm banging on the door. Somebody was physically in there. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't turn the water off on my half, so.
I'm not even clear what to do with this, because I've got this other lease that sounds to me like it's not properly terminated.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Well, Your Honor, it seems to me though that the only person that would have any standing to raise that issue would be the dude, whatever. And he's not here.
Well, no, the defendant has standing to raise the issue, because if part of the reason you're terminating her, or the basis for the termination, is that she has this unauthorized occupant, and then two unauthorized occupants, who's the other one?
Her daughter.
Oh, for,
Mr. Palmer, when I did it.
how old's your daughter?
She's 15.
So you're claiming that's an unauthorized occupant?
She didn't have, she didn't have the daughter when she signed the lease. She was in custody.
And now you have custody.
Yes, sir, after 3 years, I got custody, Mr. Palmer.
So what am I to do with this daughter?
But
I mean, am I supposed to tell her her mother, oh yeah, you fought for custody of your daughter, but she can't stay there with you and your lease is being terminated. So I'm now, because you fought for custody of your daughter, you're now going to be homeless. Is that what I mean, is that the position that plaintiff is taking?
that's not the position plaintiff's taking. Now there's three.
Well, no, because Miss Salisbury, the other lease, there were two occupants. And so so maybe there's three now. And then I'd have to figure out what to do with, I guess, this newfound daughter. And then
There's another 800-pound girl in the room, which is, there hasn't been any rent paid since January.
They partial rent January 811.50, and there hasn't been any payment for February, March, or April. It's the tune of $4,400.
go ahead.
With the damages and stuff, also that he's trying to terminate my original termination. Is, he never forthcome, when he called me, I was at work, he talked to me about the water. I said, Mr. Palmer, I'm sorry, I am at work. And he says, okay, I called back again within a couple of hours, and it was off taxi, and that is the last time I heard from Mr. Palmer on the issue of any damages. Never seen a piece of paper, never seen any damages.
Do I have anything about the damages, since everybody wants to go there? I mean, I'm still stuck on this lease thing. But does she have a copy? Go ahead, take a look at it, ma'am.
I did not see this the first time I've ever seen.
No, I know, but take a look.
No, let me see.
Well, hold on. Do you have any objection to me looking at it? Because I don't know what you start talking and I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so. Who's this from?
A contractor?
Okay, does the contractor, does the contractor have a name?
Yes, Jeremy.
We have the photos of the damage.